Ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between, friend and foe alike, welcome back to another riveting edition of The Weed Cap, the podcast, weekly podcast, where we get uncomfortably high. I surprise my fiance with a dated or horrible movie.
Sometimes both.
Sometimes dated and horrible. And then we immediately recap it and talk about it. With me is I'm Caleb. With me as always is my breathtaking, strikingly gorgeous fiance, Lauren. Lauren, why don't you say hello to the folks at home?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. To the tens of listeners around the world.
Hey.
We
love them.
To those 7% of you listening in Russia.
Ooh, yeah.
I say, hello, comrade. And thank you.
Not sure how you found us, but welcome.
Hey, we'll take it.
Welcome.
Even if it's a bot, a Russian bot.
Probably.
Beep, boop, bop, bop, hello, comrade. Lauren.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and tell the folks at home what movie we just watched?
Well, thank God it's still up on the TV, because I honestly would never have remembered what it was called.
It's disrespectful.
The movie Suburban Commando.
Suburban Commando, starring who? Three.
Well, it's a star-studded cast, to be honest. But the main character is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Hulk Hogan.
24-inch pythons and a 14-inch forehead. As
Oh my
Lauren
God, dude!
discovered in this movie.
Is the biggest head I've ever seen in my life.
Lauren, which is crazy because Lauren used to tell me that I had the biggest forehead that she's ever seen in her life.
So you're not understanding. It's not even just the forehead. It's the entire head. I'd like to get the measurements from chin to the top of his fucking skull. I'm sorry, but I need to know what it is because it's so large. I thought it was enhanced. I asked you if it was a prosthetic.
What does that even mean?
Because he's an alien in this movie.
Yeah, but he's a humanoid. He's clearly a human. You didn't think to ask if his 24-inch python biceps were prosthetics, but you looked at his forehead.
I've seen Hulk Hogan before, but he's always wearing a bandana or some sort of headband, and for some reason it covers up the giant head.
Folks, I'm going to take you on a trip down memory lane. Lauren looked at me during this movie and said,
there you go.
Lauren looked at me during this movie and said, is his head always that way? Which immediately sent us both into flashbacks because once upon a time, about 5 Halloweens ago,
I think it was a little longer ago than that. But
you're right, probably like 7 Halloweens ago.
It was a while ago. Yeah.
Lauren had expressed to me her desire to try LSD.
Yeah.
Of which I am...
He's familiar with.
He's
pretty familiar with.
Yeah, I've dabbled with LSD. We'll just put it that way.
Right.
So I procured a 10 strip from a good friend of mine who was living on a tree farm. Yeah. And we went back to, at the time, my grandparents' basement. And Lauren had 3.
Three too many.
I had 7.
Yeah.
I had the remaining 7 strips. And we started off by watching the movie There's Something About Mary.
Classic.
We got about probably 35 minutes into it. And again, I like to take a lot of LSD. It's something that I really enjoy. It's just good, wholesome family fun.
My first time.
Lauren's first time. I probably should not have let her eat 3, but at the same time, Lauren also has I
have a crazy tolerance
for
weed.
So I was an idiot. I thought she could handle it.
Well, you know what? It was my decision too, guys. So don't think that it was him pressuring me or anything.
I think I might have actually told you to take 1, and you were like, psh, nah.
Yeah, like that sounds like something that I would say.
Yeah, so anyways, I knew something was wrong because we were watching the movie, and I had the butterflies, and we were starting to giggle. But then Lauren goes, is Ben Stiller's teeth always that way?
I don't know if you've seen There's Something About Mary, but Ben Stiller has a giant pair of buck teeth. However, if you're tripping on acid, it very much looks like maybe that's his teeth. And then I'm looking and I'm thinking about all of the Ben Stiller movies I've ever seen. Are his teeth always like that?
She went down sort of
And then I'm thinking maybe they were. And then so I had to ask Caleb, and he's like, no. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm tripping.
Yeah, and that started us down like 17 hours of hell for you.
Bad night for me.
Yeah. All in all, mine was kind of okay.
That's great. I'm glad you had a
I
good
was
time.
taking care of you.
Yeah.
I was also vibing in my own space while I was taking care of you.
Thank God he was taking care of me. I'm crying about your sad eyes.
Lauren did say that I have the saddest eyes she's ever seen, but
anyway, this movie was a flashback to that moment because I'm thinking, is Hulk Hogan wearing a prosthetic head, or is his head like this all the time?
Yep.
And
turns out
no acid, just
a lot of weed.
Good old weed. And it's his regular head, guys.
It is his regular head, yep. And I think he's got that thing where it's elongated because he's bald.
He is balding, and I do.
So you don't know where the scalp would normally start.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He needs to constantly wear a headband or a bandana.
Okay.
I'm trying to be rude.
That's fine. This movie was released on Friday, October 4th, 1991.
Mm.
That was 32 years, 10 months, and 23 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a leap year. The Chinese zodiac was the goat.
Nice.
And the star sign was the Libra. Do you want to take what
was the song?
The song, I tell you what, Lauren, I'm going to give you one guess. I'm gonna do a gesture. The people at home won't be able to see the gesture, so you need to narrate it. I'm going to back away. I'm going to back away from the microphone. You need to talk, so there's no silence.
Go.
And I'm going to do a gesture.
All right, guys, he's back. He's backing away, and he's doing the Marky Mark. He's doing the Marky Mark chest.
From Fear, from the movie Fear, Marky Mark. Talking about good vibrations.
From Fear, he's doing when Marky Mark. That's not his name in that movie, but Mark Wahlberg. He does the chest beating to make it seem like his lady's. What is it, ladies?
His father beat him up.
Yeah. Anyway, how am I supposed to know the fucking
Good Vibrations by Marky Mark was the number one song.
He sung that.
Yes, talking about good, and he raps.
No,
he's
he
like,
didn't.
no, he's not singing the good vibration parts.
Oh.
That is obviously an African American woman.
Well, no, did he mix that?
Her name is Lolietta Holloway.
Did he mix that song, or is that his song with that lady? Like he produced that, or like he was on that?
I believe that he's on a hip hop urban type remix of
Marky
it.
Mark.
I could be totally wrong.
I don't know. We'll have to do some research on it.
I genuinely have no idea.
Anyway, well, that's a good song.
Yep, so that is the movie. And in this movie, Suburban Commando, in case you haven't gotten it, because we've kind of gone off on a tangent here. Hulk Hogan.
It's not just Hulk Hogan, though. Shelly Duvall's in it. I like her.
Shelly Duvall is in it. She plays the mom.
Hello.
A family,
I'm Shelley
the
Duvall.
mom.
She was on a show. I don't know if you know that, the Shelly Duvall show. She would start her show. Hello, I'm Shelly Duvall.
Hello, I'm Shelly Duvall.
I'm Shelly Duvall. But
No.
she's dead now. Rest in peace.
No, R.I.P. And the dad for the family, because what happens is, like a summarized version is that Hulk Hogan spaceship, he's an alien bounty hunter. His spaceship crashes on Earth.
Right.
Probably weighed down by his ginormous
Giant
cranium, fucking noggin.
You'd have to imagine his brain's pretty big, but given the dialogue in this movie, probably not.
Okay, so anyways, that was just so petty and rude. That was so fucking petty and rude because it's actually a really good movie. But anyways, people, he crashes and he takes up lodging with a family and the hilarity that ensues.
Shelley Duvall has an apartment for rent.
What are you doing? So anyways, the dad is Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Back
to the Future.
Yes. From Back to the Future, yes. Christopher Lloyd. Also from Camp Nowhere. Okay, never mind. We'll watch that. No. We'll watch that. So anyways, Christopher Lloyd is in it. He crashes. Christopher Lloyd is set up to be a pussy.
I think he's an architect.
His mom doesn't respect, or his wife doesn't respect him. His mom probably didn't respect him either. He's a pussy.
Shelley Duvall doesn't respect him.
No, they don't. Nobody respects him. His kids don't respect him, and they also open up. He's got a house, and then he has a workshop where he presumably works. But when the camera pans,
where he gets off stress.
That's where he That's not his jerk off station.
That's not what I meant.
It's
like
where,
he goes to de-stress. Like he goes after.
Yeah, again, it's not his jerk off station where he wants to bang on shit.
Like with a hammer.
With his hammer. You're not doing.
It's not referenced later in the movie.
It's not a jerk off station.
I'm not saying it is.
Anyways, the camera pans in the beginning of this movie, and he is welding in a welder's mask, and also a full businessman suit. And what he is welding is the truck of his son's skateboard, presumably because they can't afford a new one. For the people at home, can you please explain what the truck of a skateboard is? The truck is the tree almost thing that the wheels are mounted to on the bottom of the skateboard. The thing that comes out of the bottom of the skateboard and holds the T shape. Yeah, like a wheel truss or something? I don't know. It's a truck. Like I just said, not a wheel truss. That's a fucking made up word. Made up phrase that I've tried. You said, can you explain it? And then you said it's a different thing. All right. So anyways, thank you. Yeah, thank you. So anyways, it is, he's presumably because they can't afford it. Also, his wife is nagging at him about asking for a raise because he's an architect. I agree with you. In 1991, he should be making a decent living. You would think so. I mean, he has a very nice house. Anyways, his wife gets him in a headlock. Shelly Duvall gets Christopher Lloyd in a headlock and says, threatens him. You need to ask for a raise. And you'd think that would do it, but it doesn't. No, because his boss is the smooth-talking Larry Miller of Seinfeld fame. Fun fact, I'm a huge Seinfeld head. Here we go. I may be the foremost... Here we go. I legitimately, and I would appreciate if you back this up. Well, I'm waiting to hear it. I may be the foremost Seinfeld trivia aficionado in the state of Maryland. I could see that. I mean, I don't know everyone in the state of Maryland. That's true, but I mean, just based off of... if you said Carroll County. Okay, put me Central Maryland, top 3. Okay. Because now I feel like Christopher Lloyd, I've been emasculated. You're fucking Shelly Duvall. How do I know everybody in the state? How about some confidence in your man? See, this is what you and Shelly Duvall don't understand. Is that he'd be more likely to ask for the raise if she just kind of pumped him up subtly, you know? If she sucked his dick. Is that what you're saying? No. It's what you're implying. Dude, I'm literally... Dude, no one said anything about that. You're out of your mind. Literally, I never implied that. I didn't say anything. I'm saying that, like, instead of being like, you need to ask... What's the opposite of choking him out? It's not sucking his dick. But, okay... That's not the yin and yang. Well, then how come when he comes home from not asking for a raise, Miss Shelly Duvall is in a wig and a sexy lingerie trying to give him some butt? Trying to give him some butt. I don't know what she's trying to give him. That's not head. Well, you're focusing. You're. First of all I'm saying. He turns her down. By the way, there's no sex in this movie. Don't worry. No. Hulk Hogan. There's certainly no head. Let's make that very clear because she wouldn't want to give him that confidence. Who, Shelly Duvall? Yeah, she wouldn't want to. No, yes. She clearly went the opposite direction and tried to fucking strangle him. That's what I'm saying. I don't feel like you don't have a coin and one side is a blowjob and the other side is a chokehold. It's not the same. Like one extreme or the other. Okay. You're taking it very literally here, and we've gotten off the subject. Honestly, I'd flip that coin. I'd take my chances. Honestly, not surprising. We were talking about this. We were until you said awful movie. Until you said sucked his dick. No. So anyways, she's emasculating him. He's driving to work. He's driving to work. And when he's driving to work, he's racing a pair of elderly people to each side of him as he's racing to work. Somebody watch this movie and let us fucking know what that means. He's in this line of traffic and he can't ever make it. Again, it's him being emasculated. They're setting up that he's a pussy who gets no head. Okay. Well, we don't know what he gets because again, there's no sex in this movie. No, but is it a PG movie, by the way? I believe it is a PG movie. Yes. It makes sense. There's a lot of children's
themes in this movie.
Yeah, some children's themes. Okay. So anyways, he loses these races. His boss is Larry Miller. He doesn't ask for the raise. He comes home. His wife
doesn't want to fuck Shelly Duvall.
No, and I don't blame him because she looks like a bug. Some sort of mantis.
She does, but she's pretty in her
I'm
own
no
way.
Brad Pitt. I'm no Brad Pitt.
She's pretty in her own way. I like her.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm Christopher Lloyd...
She's unfortunately passed.
Okay.
So I feel like we shouldn't talk about her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we should just throw out every history book in the world then, because if somebody's passed, we shouldn't talk about them.
I mean, like, we shouldn't talk ill of her.
Adolf who? You know, he was actually a very good painter. I wouldn't want to speak ill of Adolf here. He was great at painting.
He was a bad man. You can't compare Shelly Duvall to Hitler. I feel like that's not even on the same level here. You're going to extremes.
Oh, now we're talking extremes.
You and I, we're butting heads this episode. I don't know what's
we are
going
because
on.
I felt like Christopher Lloyd.
I hated this movie.
See, there it is. There it is. 16 minutes and 7 seconds. There it is. There it comes out. There's the truth.
Because I knew that at some point throughout this podcast series that you were going to make me watch something to do with wrestling. I thought it would be more like wrestling based, like it would be a movie about wrestling.
Yeah.
But no. Instead I got a weird space movie with wrestling people like Hulk Hogan and then
The Undertaker. Who you kept referring to as fucking Gravedigger. Who is a monster truck. It's not even a man, it's a truck.
I don't watch wrestling.
Okay, neither do I anymore.
I don't know anything about that.
That's fine.
The Gravedigger sounds like somebody.
And
first of all, you can dig a grave as a person. That's a job.
No, Gravedigger is a famous monster truck, you daft bitch. God damn it.
I don't pay attention to monster trucks either.
All right. Wait, this is getting off. I'm sorry I called you a daft bitch.
No, it's okay.
You're for the people exactly. For the people at home, this might sound unfortunate, but Lauren and I, our pet name for each other is literally bitch.
I don't think that's unfortunate.
I mean, like Lauren will call me a bitch. She'll be like, "Hey, bitch, can you get that pan?"
Listen, you guys don't need to understand her relationship.
Yeah, that's fine. But I don't want people to be like, "Oh my god, he called her."
Honey, I'm not abused here. Don't you worry.
No, I'm seeking help. So anyways,
can I hit this?
Yeah, go ahead and get high. Get higher. That's what we need. So, anyways, I don't even remember where we were at.
We're trying to get through this movie. We haven't even made it like 10 minutes in.
That was very general.
Hulk Hogan hasn't even shown up yet, even though you've told him that he lives there.
Bro, I'm just saying.
The story's all out of whack.
Okay.
You were explaining how he was emasculated. Now
yes.
Hulk Hogan's going to come in, and he's going to shit on everybody here. He's going to show everybody up.
Hulk Hogan rescues a dog out of a hot car.
It's a whole thing.
And then the man is locked in the car wearing the muzzle, and the dog is in a restaurant. I supported
that, just so you know.
No, that was fine. Hulk Hogan basically just does a bunch of strongman stuff.
But he's an alien, too, so he's also like, ew,
yes.
I hate the humans.
Yes. He's like, I hate...
But he's human.
What did he call us?
Humanoids.
No, it's not humanoid. Earthlings. I hate Earthlings. I guess now's a bad time to tell you that, number one, you spoke about wrestling movies. If you hear any whistling, it's just Lauren hitting a live resin cart loudly into the microphone. Wrestling movies.
I asked you if I could hit it.
Ready to Rumble is a wrestling movie that came out in the 90s that I believe we will be doing an episode on because that is legitimately one of my top 3 favorite movies. And I guess now is a bad time to tell you that there is like a Hulk Hogan movie for every year of the 90s. Like every year. Great. And maybe this is like a Hulk Hogan, like the kickoff to a Hulk Hogan marathon.
Please don't. You guys can't see my face, but it's not good.
Maybe I've already announced it and hidden you from the post.
Look me in the eyes.
Maybe I've already announced it.
Look me in the eyes. You are not going to make me watch this egg-headed motherfucker for the rest of this time. No.
Well, he's got hair in some of them.
I don't give a crap. Hair?
I don't think I've ever heard you say the word crap before. No, you curse. You curse for real. That was, I think, in 10 years. Crap?
Crap? I say crap.
I don't think so.
It's sometimes in professional settings you have to say crap.
We don't work together. So anyways,
This is not professional. I forgot. This is
this
podcast where
this is two people high as shit talking about Hulk Hogan movies. So basically, guys, the whole movie, the entire movie, is just that Hulk Hogan is being hunted by. Shut up. Hulk Hogan is the dynamic of the movie is that he's doing alien things on Earth. Like, he doesn't know how to act.
He's hiding on Earth because his spaceship is not charged and he needs it to be charged so that he can go back home to wherever the fuck he lives. And I'm not really sure where he lives because they never actually disclose that information. Honestly, I think he just floats around in space on his little spaceship, but I don't.
That's because he's a bounty hunter himself.
Right.
And the guy's like,
where does he go to the bathroom? What is he eating?
Well, the guy, so the reason he crashes is because the guy who feeds him the work is like, hey, you're too wound up. And he's like, I'm not stressed out. And he hits his, like, control board and it breaks down. That's why he crashes to Earth. So he's got anger problems. And then the whole time he's on Earth, he's fighting crime, but, like, unknowingly. He's just like...
He doesn't know. He's just like... Oh, he sees this man running down the street because he stole this lady's purse, and he
just grabs him and brings him back. Yeah,
gives the lady his purse.
Yeah,
her purse.
Yeah. So like the whole thing is
strange.
not. It's
not a great storyline, guys.
It's a pretty creative storyline for 1991, and also I'd like to point out that, like, you know, Hulk Hogan was a pretty good actor in it. I mean, if you really want to get down to it.
Did you hear half of his lines? They were so
I heard them all,
easy.
brother.
They were so easy and, like...
Well, yeah, it's a movie about a fucking space bounty hunter. This isn't Citizen Kane. You're worried because he didn't have a 15-minute monologue?
I mean, he probably couldn't remember it.
Of course he could. Dude, okay, you have no respect for wrestlers. They have to memorize so many things. Think about when he went out there and spoke to the millions of Hulkamaniacs around the world and told them to say their prayers and eat their vitamins.
You can't even see it, but his veins are going in his forehead.
Because you don't respect what they do.
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
I think it's fucking gay. I'm sorry.
Whoa, Lauren, that's not cool in 2024.
Well, when two men are touching all over each other and very close to the groins and all of that stuff, it seems pretty fucking gay to me. Sorry. And I love gay people.
Your best friend's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's hot. So anyways, I think that Hulk Hogan doesn't get enough credit, and I also think that the movie was good. He was an executive producer on it, and it was for I think that there's something to be said is that now in cinema, cinema and film, is that there's no longer a blanket term for children's movies. It's no longer just like that movie was made. It was rated PG, and PG-13 I feel like used to be way less common. Way less common. I get what you're saying now. Was like they had to make the kids' movies kind of interesting for teenagers because there was some adult stuff and there was like it was corny, but like there were adult themes and stuff. I get what you're saying.
It's like you had to kind of broaden the horizons.
You had to. Your demographic was so much because it was probably like kids like 5 through like 14. I mean, think about all of those movies. The Gremlins, that's a children's movie. The Goonies is a children's movie.
Gremlins is a children's movie? That shit's scary.
I think it's a children's movie,
you're right, though.
Yeah, so like...
A bunch of, like Little Shop of Horrors and stuff. Like that all is scary.
All same 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It blankets like a whole bunch of people into like one...
Yeah, it's like nowadays they're like, oh, this is... a kid, this is Trolls 2, and it's...
Yeah, like, nobody who's 14 is watching that.
Exactly. But back then, and also, like, back then, like, you could be a little dirtier in a kid's movie. You could have more violence.
Also, there's, like, subliminal messages where you knew, like, the kids would still think it was funny, but the parents would, like, really get the meaning behind it.
Exactly.
Yeah, they don't really do that anymore.
So this is one of those movies where they tried to... It is campy, it is stupid, it is, like, a parody... but it is...
Yeah, I mean, Hulk Hogan's going around, like, lifting cars and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's funny. And, like, the Christopher Lloyd thing with him welding in a business suit and stuff, it's meant to be stupid. It's meant to be stupid.
It's meant to be silly.
And I think it does a good job of that, genuinely. I think, I'm going to be honest with you, I've seen this movie before. I haven't seen this movie since I was probably 6 years old. I remember watching this on VHS. My grandmother had a section of her VHSs that were all Hulk Hogan movies. Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
because wrestling means a lot to him.
I think no, it's not even that. I think that this movie kind of, especially with something about weed, makes me extra nostalgic.
Yeah.
So I think this was more of a trip down memory lane for me than you. Although visually, another banger of a '90s movie. I don't know if it's because, neither of us were born when this movie came out, but
no, it was soon after.
It's visually what I remember movies looking like in my childhood, like going to the video store, renting a video, coming home and having this color scale and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
visually pleasing. I will give it that.
So basically, Hulk Hogan's being hunted by these bounty hunters. One of them is the Undertaker. The other is some big, goofy-looking fuck.
Wrestler.
No, I don't believe so. But Brutus the Barber Beefcake was a...
who is that?
He was Hulk Hogan's tag team partner for a while before Macho Man Randy Savage, I believe. Brutus the Barber Beefcake was a stuntman in this movie. So he's being hunted by these people, these pair of bounty hunters. And
they're finding him because of his little gear, like his warrior
his warrior suits and trinkets are pinging, and they're picking up the signal. They're tracking him, and basically they're working for this big bad boss. Anyways, they come and find Hulk Hogan. The whole movie, Hulk Hogan is teaching Christopher Lloyd how to be a man, how to stand up for himself. At one point, Christopher Lloyd dons his suit and stands up for a woman and ends up looking like a pussy.
But then he also gets Hulk Hogan's gun stolen, and then the people who steal him,
track him.
They go and then they rob a bank and stuff.
So eventually, and they freeze.
Cool.
Oh, the freeze scene. We got to talk about the freeze scene.
Well,
so in the bank,
1991, people are pretending to be frozen.
And there are a couple bad guys. That
it's a freeze gun that they stole.
Yeah, they're trying to shoot. They're robbing a bank and they're freezing. And everyone in the bank is meant to look frozen, but the people are all...
This is before CGI, so they had to literally ask the people to stand still.
They're all visibly, even on their personal close-ups, they're all visibly moving and shaking, and like their hair is moving. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But basically, they confront Hulk Hogan.
He's fighting.
Hulk Hogan fights them, and then
he tries to leave, but what happened? His ship broke.
Yeah, something like that.
And he needs crystals.
Yeah, so he goes to get the crystals with Christopher Lloyd, but then the big bad dude that the Undertaker was working for pops up, and they fight for a while, and then it also turns out that guy is an alien. He takes his human skin off.
Some sort of lagoon monster
is
the best
with
way.
labia hanging from his
kind
jowls.
Of like the Kraken. Is that the Kraken is that giant
octopus?
Yeah.
Some sort of
like he
monster.
Had tentacles hanging from his mouth, guys.
Hulk Hogan defeats him.
Gross.
He goes back to his
everything explodes actually, so he doesn't really have a ship. I thought he was going to stay on Earth forever, but the implication is that he builds his ship bigger, better, faster, cuz
harder, better, faster, stronger.
Kanye said it best.
That is Daft Punk. That is not Kanye saying that shit. Are you kidding me? All Kanye's saying is bring me another nitrous balloon right now. So
we're not sure what he's saying right now.
It's probably something about nitrous. I'm reading online that he's horribly
big
addicted to nitrous. And if you watch that Steve-O documentary from like 2009, nitrous will fuck you up.
I have no interest.
Don't get me wrong. I love a whippet here and there.
No, don't say that. Don't promote that here.
I'm not promoting it, but I've done them. They were nice for what they were.
Yeah.
But it's 15 seconds. I don't understand how you get addicted to it.
Because it's 15 seconds. You have to keep chasing it. That's exactly how you do it.
Right. No, I get it, but like it doesn't feel good enough to want to do it back to back to back. I don't know.
To you.
Yeah, I guess people are
that's
different.
why you're not addicted to whippets.
Yeah. I guess that's why I'm not addicted to whippets.
Anyway, yeah, that's the only reason.
Yeah, because it's just not for me.
You can't see the point.
Some people aren't cut out for it. I'm just not cut out for it. You know.
Thank goodness.
Steve-O was built for it. He would just sit in a bathtub and huff.
He's getting those tits.
Yeah, he's getting a big pair of tits. I don't know if you guys know this at home, but
stupid.
Steve-O's next stunt is to get a giant pair of fake tits implanted on his chest. and then live with them for a while. And I don't know why. Imagine his poor wife.
Oh my god, he's married?
Yeah, to some vegan.
Well, maybe she's bisexual. Maybe she likes her titties.
Yeah, but do you want it on the same person? It doesn't matter.
If you love that person, would it matter?
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't.
If you had titties, I'd still love you.
I do have titties, Lauren. So.
No, I mean like big fake titties.
Oh. So let me get this straight. You wouldn't date me if I was short.
Oh my god, here we go again.
You wouldn't date me if Lauren told me she wouldn't date me if I was short. So you wouldn't date me if... Hold on.
You asked me if you were 3 inches tall. If you were 3 inches tall, you said, would you still be with me? And I said, I don't know what I'd do with you. What do you do with a 3-inch man?
Here is a real life quote from Lauren.
Here we go.
I hate short people.
Oh my god.
Did you or did you not say that? No. And then, no, you didn't. Would you want to place your hand on a Bible?
Yeah, go find a Bible here. Find one.
Okay, hand me Norm Macdonald's autobiography. It's right there.
No.
So, anyways, and first of all, we're not talking about the 3. You literally said if I was 5'6", you wouldn't date me, but you would date me if I had giant fake titties hanging off my chest.
We've already been Here, this is the difference. We've already been together. We're engaged now.
Yeah.
If you were short before we started dating, we wouldn't have been here. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
I'm sorry, people at home. You're not allowed to have preferences in life. You can't have things that you're attracted to. That just doesn't make sense to Caleb. He doesn't grasp that.
So anyways, what's his name goes back to his town and they all live happily ever after. I think it was a great movie. I look forward to watching more Hulk Hogan movies.
Do you want to know my rating?
Yeah, give me a rating. Because we got to do facts and stuff too. So
okay, well guess what? Is it out of 10?
Are we doing that? Or yeah, let's do a rating out of... We really should do a rating out of 10 on every movie.
Yeah, well this one's a 3.
You dirty bit. No, I'm kidding.
I could go lower.
3 out of 10?
Yeah.
No, not too low because it'd be too short and you wouldn't want it.
I don't want it now.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to go 7 out of 10.
Surprise, surprise.
Okay, I'm going to go 7 out of 10. It's fun. It's great. It's if you go into it expecting a serious movie, you're going to be sadly mistaken. If you go into it looking for a fun, nostalgic movie from the early 1990s that doesn't take itself seriously,
and is also fairly short.
Yeah, it's an hour and a half with credits.
It's not one of those long guys.
Yes, you should watch it. Basically, even if it's a 3 out of 10 for you, it's an hour and a half out of your day, and you can say you watched it. And isn't it cool to say you've watched movies when people bring them up? So, no budget. No budget
for this.
No budget was public.
Budget. Oh, okay.
It made $6,948,859 worldwide. That's gross U.S. and that's gross worldwide. Opening weekend, it made $1,947,744. Whoa, yeah.
That doesn't seem like good numbers for movies, but I don't know.
Yeah, but back then...
I'm basing it off of our last one, which was Avatar, and that was like billions.
Right, but this was 1991, and
right.
The props could not have been very expensive. Because
it's in a neighborhood. I mean, good God.
Do you think that's what props are? The setting?
I know that it's way more than that, but I'm just saying.
Because last episode you told me that the guy in the wheelchair was a prop. And he was the main fucking character.
No, his legs were props.
Oh, his withered away legs. Okay, so let's do some trivia.
Go.
Okay, I'm going to do 2 true.
2 truths and a lie.
2 truths and a lie. And you need to look away because I realize that when you look at me, I'm having a hard time because I feel like...
What do you want me to do?
You can see me making one up and then reading the other ones. Just look up.
How do I know what you... Okay.
Just look up. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Both of the leading roles in this film, Hulk Hogan and Christopher Lloyd, were at one point in mind for the role of Mr. Freeze in the original 1997 Batman film. Okay? That's one. Special effects technician Michael Colvin was accidentally killed on the stage of the second unit visual effects shoot when he fell through a trap door. Okay.
Okay, that's shocking.
The little girl whose cat gets stuck in a tree is actually played by Grimes, Elon Musk's ex-fiancé, in one of her earliest acting roles.
Grimes? The musician Grimes?
Yeah. So those are your trivia options. The guy dying, Grimes, or Christopher Lloyd.
They all sound unbelievable. So.
And Hulk Hogan both being considered.
I'm assuming the Grimes one is true because I don't believe that you would make that up.
Okay.
So that I believe is true. However, I'm having a hard time figuring out. I don't think Hulk Hogan would ever be considered for a serious role, but here I am watching a Hulk Hogan movie when he's along with Christopher Lloyd and shit. So maybe not. Then on the other hand, it's like, would someone have died? I feel like if someone dies on a movie set, do they still produce the movie and make it? They do?
Yeah, they're fucking... That movie with Rust got made and someone didn't fall there. Alec Baldwin shot somebody in the fucking neck.
That movie still got made?
Yeah.
It's out? You can watch it?
I believe so, yeah. I think there was a premiere and stuff.
We're going to have to look into that.
Or they're back filming it now.
Okay.
I think they might be back filming it now.
Well, anyway. Okay, so I'm just going to pick one because I really, my gut isn't leaning towards either. Actually, you know what? The Christopher Lloyd, Hulk Hogan thing, that's really getting me.
That one you think is fake?
I think that's fake, yeah.
I got you good, bitch. Grimes is fake. Came up with it on the fly.
Wow, I came up with
Pulled it out of my ace. Yeah.
So that was the fake one.
That was the fake one.
So somebody really died.
You've been had.
No, but really somebody died.
Yeah, Michael Colvin. Let's do a little look at this guy. He was a special of. Oh my God, his poor IMDb page. Stop. Michael Colvin, rest in peace for real, buddy. Because it has 2 sentences. Michael Colvin is known for Suburban Commando 1991.
No.
He died in 1990 on set of the movie. That's so fucked. That's so... I mean, it's just not cool. I mean, to die on... it would be...
It was clearly his first movie.
There are better movies to... Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are way better movies to die on.
I would agree with you.
I hope his ghost isn't trapped there.
Even though his
spirit's stuck in this fucking Hulk Hogan world.
I don't even know what that means. But even though I rated this a 7 out of 10, I would agree that I would have rather have died on the set of something iconic like Lethal Weapon or Die Hard for time period instead of that. So
right. Well, rest in peace to him.
Yeah, I just want to
also Shelly Duvall.
This episode.
Is Christopher Lloyd still alive?
That's a great question.
I think he might be dead, actually.
Does it? Let me take that. Yeah.
Is Hulk Hogan the only famous person still alive from this
Well,
movie?
He's barely alive.
No.
Christopher Lloyd is alive,
okay,
and he's 85 years old. He was born in 1938.
I bet he looks bad.
Goofy old fuck.
I bet he looks bad.
R.I.P. I just want to say R.I.P. to Michael Colvin. This episode is dedicated to you. Yes. R.I.P. to Shelly Duvall.
Yes.
This episode is not dedicated to you, but I hope you're doing well in Mantis Heaven. And also I want to dedicate this episode to Christopher Lloyd because soon to be R.I.P. So
why would you say that? If he dies next, you've got to.
I have him in the death pool.
The bad juju.
I have him in the death pool, so we're good. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. It actually has been pretty cool. We've been getting a lot of really positive feedback.
Yeah.
A lot of more people are listening than we had initially anticipated. Shouts to the comrades over doing the damn thing over there.
What you're doing over there?
And
keep doing it.
No, they probably should not keep doing what they're doing because they're invading other countries.
Okay, if you're doing bad things, guys, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Keep listening to this podcast. I mean, if you're listening to the podcast while you're doing the bad things, I can't we can't say anything
we're
about that.
Switzerland at that point. Very neutral.
Totally neutral.
Because if you're doing a good thing while you're doing a bad thing, it cancels it out.
I wouldn't say that. I will say that I'm just neutral to the whole thing.
Okay, that's fine.
That's how I feel.
That's fine. Well, hey, we appreciate it, guys. This is a little bonus episode dropping.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next Monday.
Next Monday.
We hope you have...
What is it, 1992?
Oh, you know what? We'll probably drop 1992 on Tuesday because Monday's a holiday. No one's going to listen to a podcast on Monday.
You're right.
So
you guys don't want to listen to us on your holidays.
This one time it's going to come out this coming Tuesday, which I believe would be September 3rd.
1 week from...
Yes.
We're filming this on a Tuesday.
September 3rd.
Yeah.
So we hope you enjoyed the bonus episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. As always, I'm Caleb.
And I'm Lauren.
My striking fiance, Lauren.
Tune in next time.
Stay safe. I'm still working on the sign off.
Stay safe.
Hold on. Let me do it like a newsman. Ready?
Go ahead.
Hit me with like a trumpet, like a you know, like a Stay safe. Stay stoned. Watch movies. The Weed Cap.